Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to be discussing the various features of quantitative research. We will also be briefly discussing qualitative research to see how it differs from quantitative research. These two approaches are the main approaches, the two broad approaches to research in social sciences and other behavioral sciences. Quantitative research mainly deals with phenomena that can have numerical values, numbers, figures that can represent frequency, prevalence, and these numbers are used to describe phenomena that is currently being studied. Do so that particular phenomena can be measured and thus explained. Once we have the data in numbers, we can then generalize it across groups of people. Due to the usefulness of statistics in research, and especially in quantitative research, generalization across broader populations is possible. We can also construct statistically sound tests and models using quantitative research data collection as well as data analysis. In qualitative research, we produce narratives or textual descriptions of the phenomena under study. There are several types of qualitative research like grounded theory research, phenomenological research, case study research, and qualitative involves mainly speech and verbal information that can then be understood in terms of the different themes by using thematic analysis as one way of measuring qualitative data. Quantitative research will rely on objective and empirical data measurements and thus will be able to systematically quantify human variables. So objective is that what occurs without the bias of subjective influence. Empirical measures involve those that can be directly recorded and sensed through the various senses of the human body. Many scientific and mathematical analyses are used to conclude on various psychological human variables, and these include data on occurrence of that phenomena or variables, cause and effect relationships between variables, the relationships or correlationship and association between variables, and finally the predictability of one variable over the other. Quantitative research will have a component of data collection, data analysis. Let us see by using quantitative research methods how we can collect data. Data is collected through experiments, correlational studies, structured surveys, observations, questionnaires, and finally test construction. Data can also be collected through quantitative research. Data analysis involves statistical measurements and analyses, and these can include description of the data through central tendencies, as well as inferential data or drawing inferences from the quantitative data and using variance as a tool to infer from the data that is collected. Some of the characteristics of quantitative research are to be discussed. Data in quantitative research is usually gathered using structured research instruments. These are standardized techniques and tools that enable researchers to gather measurable, quantifiable data. Finally, data is in the form of numbers and statistics, and researchers have a clearly defined research question. Results are based on large sample sizes and are representative of the population in the best of studies. Large sample sizes enable researchers conducting quantitative researches to generalize concepts more widely, to predict future results of the representative samples, investigate causal relationships, and enable systematic establishment of instruments for measurement, formulation of theories, models, hypotheses, all based on the collection and analysis of both primary and or secondary empirical data. Research in quantitative studies is usually replicable or repeated and thus can be verifiable. All aspects of the study are carefully designed before the data is collected. So this reflects the structured approach in quantitative research. Mainly, the aim of quantitative research is to classify features, to count them, and to construct statistical models to explain what is observed. Let us now discuss the strengths of quantitative research. Broader studies can be conducted using quantitative research methods, where great number of subjects can be used as a sample to represent the general population. So the results we obtain from the sample can be generalized to make predictions about the population from where the sample is chosen. Objectivity and accuracy of results is greater in quantitative methods, where few select variables can be precisely studied in a number of cases. Reliability and validity can be controlled and enhanced as per the experimenter or the researcher's need. Replication and summarizing of vast sources of information to make comparisons across similar studies, across categories and over time is possible with quantitative methods. Replication is the ability to verify the results obtained in one study and when conducted and when the study is conducted in other settings by other researchers. Because of this replication, because of objectivity and accuracy, there is minimum personal bias as the research data is objective as it is measured in numbers rather than understood through narratives. Now, the limitations of quantitative research include that the context-related data can be ignored. Inflexible process of discovery due to the structured nature of quantitative methods, data collection, as well as data analysis would not allow a researcher to discover facts that would be underlying phenomena. Numerical descriptions rather than detailed narratives generally provide less elaborate accounts of human perception and experience. Research if carried out in artificial stimulated environments such as laboratories, it will not match the real-life settings, thus decreasing ecological validity of the test or the study's results. Here we can see a brief comparison between qualitative research and quantitative research. So students, thank you for your kind attention on this short video. If you have questions, let us discuss them in class and I look forward to seeing you all soon.